Welcome to WOWL Broadcast. I am Hate Man. With me today, I have the Burger.
What's up, guys?
And we had a very special guest who was actually on our list of people we were going to reach out to soon on our weekly. We're trying to have a guest every episode, but our Bruce Wayne's patron, DG Dax. Is that how you pronounce it, Zuzu? DG Dax?
Yes, it is.
Yeah. So he's been a Bruce Wayne Patreon. Thank you for your patronage for quite some time. And as he requests, he shall receive. So we have Zuzu.
Welcome, guys. Thank you for having me.
And you've been on before, right? It's been a while, but
actually, no. I remember there was a podcast. It was more of a public thing. It was a live thing. I believe it was around Christmas time.
Oh, okay. Yeah. You were on AAD with me. I think that's what I'm thinking of.
Yeah, a couple times.
Yeah. You're a frequent guest over there. So anyway, we got you on. We know you have a Hoppin' Discord server, DCL4E. I'm terrible with names, as you guys are well aware.
That would be it. Yes. Yeah, that would be it.
So check them out. It's one of the 14 Discord servers for DC Legends. And with that, let's kind of get right into it. Burger, did you want to do the interview? Let's start off with the interview before we get into the DC topic.
Oh yeah, for sure. I will say, looking at, there are a bunch of DCL servers, but like whenever you have them, as of right now, for example, I'm looking at the side pane on Discord. It definitely is one of the better, like more colorful ones. Update it regularly, so. It's always entertaining kind of looking at it saying, hey, what have we updated it to lately? So good job with that.
He does a lot of good contests too.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And that was going to be one of my questions, but before we get into all the fun stuff, obviously Zuzu, we've all interacted before, but and I'm sure a lot of the listeners have interacted with you, but when you're not playing DCL and grinding out with that, or doing things on Discord, what do you do for fun?
I'm a gamer, man. I've been a gamer most of my life. I'm a console gamer. I play PlayStation. If you don't see me on Discord or on DCL, you might even see my name. I'm playing a PlayStation game. I've been that's what I do. If it's not DCL, man, it's something online.
What kind of games do you play?
Gamer. Shooters, and VR games. VR games they've really got me, man. I play games that are like Rainbow Six style, but in VR. Play games that are like racing, but in VR. I recently streamed Batman Arkham VR. That was pretty interesting.
Have you played the Oculus? How does it compare to the PlayStation VR?
I haven't played the Oculus, but I have been to those like VR rooms.
Yeah.
I would say it's the same.
Yeah.
I mean, you're in a living room and you're still seeing the same thing. You're only more immersive in a VR room, the kind that you pay in because they're giving you extra equipment.
Yeah, I have an Oculus, and I'm super impressed with it, though I don't use it too often. But I've always been an Xbox guy, so PlayStation, boo!
Yeah, it's pretty hard to find a PS5 nowadays. I can't even find one.
That's true.
Other than that, man, it's not much fun. Like if I'm not playing games or whatever, I'm just working. That's how it is. It's life.
Yep. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I have the Oculus, and I'm with Hate on that. Like, I really haven't played it in a while, but like I did. Hate, I don't know if you ever played that Vader Immortal game.
I love it. I love the dojos, man. They are fun.
It's cool, dude. There's so many times when I was playing it regularly, like just getting like wrapped up in the dojo and sitting there like throwing lightsabers around and force throwing, stormtroopers across the screen and all that kind of stuff. Like, I mean, you work up a sweat.
Yes.
It's
Yes.
it's pretty
Yes.
good.
There are some games, man. I'm sure you guys are a little older than me, so you guys remember back in the day, like Mike Tyson's Punch Out.
Oh yeah.
I have a game just like that, but in VR.
Wait a minute. I thought you were
Okay.
around the same age as us, Zuzu. How old are you?
I'm old enough. I'm 43, man.
Oh, you're older than I am.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Old man.
You.
But it's all on how you
That's why
feel.
you guys are. That's why you guys are all like all these owls are playing this. What's it called again? Diablo.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I'm trying to
Diablo.
play
See,
it.
to me, you guys are playing Diablo. To me, that's just like another version of Gauntlet. You guys remember that game?
Yeah.
I do not.
Diablo's really fun. It's
Yeah.
just it's a time sink, and I just don't have the time. That's my problem.
You should hear some things, man. I'm telling you, people think you guys are gonna give up the game and play Diablo, and everyone's like looking for first place next month or this month.
Yeah.
I did try to turn in my 2 weeks notice, but Ballsy turned it down.
I am a little worried about Loot though. I really am, because Loot is like hardcore into Diablo, and he's past max level. He's already paragoning. It's
Oh man, it's a raid, dude. It's 4 days. I'm sure he's gonna set Diablo down and play his raid.
he'll play both, knowing Loot.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, no, it's fun. I mean, I've never played any of the Diablos before, so I've never done any of those in the past. But this one is, I started playing it just because everybody else was talking about it, and I was like, I'll download it and check it out, and it's a pretty good time. I'm looking forward to when we can start doing more things as a group together. I'm sure that'll be better, but right now I'm still kind of wrapped up in story mode.
That's the problem. We gotta get to max level, and that takes a long time.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
tell you guys on behalf of the community, we want all you owls to be playing Diablo during the raid.
we've talked about taking a raid off many a time, and it never happens. So,
Yeah.
and I'm not sure it will. But with that said, let's get into some DC Legends talk, because we're 7 minutes in, and that's about half the time most people listen. So,
So I do have one more
I'm sorry.
question.
Yes, the Zuzu questions. Excuse me.
Yeah, for sure. So Zuzu, obviously there's a ton of characters in the game, but out of all the characters or any that are in DC, like which one is your favorite one, and do you have any favorite storylines that go along with it?
I think this is an obvious answer here, man. It's on my profile. It's everything, man. It's Superman, hands down. It's been my favorite character before rework. It's been my character since I was a kid. I can tell you, I have well over 30 Superman shirts. I got some Superman memorabilia. I have a gift set that I'm planning for the community for a Superman challenge. Everything for me is Superman, and for the best storyline for me is the death and life of Superman, the death and return of Superman, the reign of the Superman. I grew up on that. I had the comic books. I had the actual novel for the story. It's not a graphic novel, like a book for it. Video games for it. I was heavy into that story.
Oh yeah.
The month when Eradicator and Steel came out, I went all out as far as I could. I wasn't a top 10 Siege player, but I got within the top 60, and that was the best I've ever done because it was that month. I made sure that both of them were RB1 before the month was over. It was my favorite month of all of DCL of the last almost 6 years now.
Oh, cool.
And I am like the first weaker, since the game came out. I've been playing since then. I haven't stopped. I think I even remember I was playing on my phone. I was playing NBA Jams mobile with my wife sitting in the living room, like we're playing the same game, whatever. And then it just popped up. I looked at it and whatever, and I downloaded it and I didn't stop.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure DCL is loving that. All that revenue coming in forever. Well, cool. Well, yeah, thanks for that. That is a absolute badass. One of my favorite Superman storylines as well. So I totally feel you on that. Um, so the other thing that I will say, everybody, so many people know you, right? So many people interact with you, and you do a great job of, helping, give the game some like different facets, like some thing, like because people you start to feel part of the community, right? Like, and they, go on Discord to connect, and it's cool how you're able to talk to people all over the world about the same game, things, characters and everything that we've loved for so long. But you do a lot on your server and so whenever you think of all the different stuff that you've done, what's your favorite event that you've done on there?
Uh, right now, I would say, as far as contests go, it's pretty much a tie between a contest, costume party, and the cutest pet contest that I ran, because they were actually fun. A lot of people enjoyed them. People like to dress up and people like to show their pets. So they've been the most successful ones. And I'm actually hoping to bring one back coming soon, because I know that specific movie's coming out and I kind of want to go with it, Um, now, as far as PvP challenges, I really like the Titans challenge. It was my first challenge. It it fit both the in-game affiliation and canon at the same time, so I didn't really have to work too much, and it was a plethora of characters. It was a lot of them to work with, and it was fun. It was a lot of people playing it. It was easy for me to play because Nightwing just got reworked, and yeah, that's basically them. Those are the ones that I enjoyed the most.
Okay, cool. Well, yeah, thanks for that. And I think I know where you were going with on the movie, um, but I'm gonna let you. I'm not gonna guess. That way, everybody has it as a surprise. Um, so now we'll do some rapid fire questions before we jump into the game stuff. For what everybody's tuning in for, so they can kind of hear us talk about DCL and everything. But um, you ready for the rapid fire questions? So just first thing that comes to your mind.
I'll try.
Okay,
Let's do it.
so here we go. So what animal would you be in another life?
An eagle.
Okay. If you could have an unlimited supply of one thing, what would it be?
Weed.
I thought you were going to say something
Without
like
hesitation.
like RB
I'm sorry. That's it. Yeah.
There you go. Okay. Last thing you watched on TV.
Superman and Lois.
Okay. Um, what was the last thing you had an impulse buy?
Oh shit. Superboy Prime. McFarlane figure.
Okay.
That was my
And
last impulse
then,
buy.
okay, cool. And then, let's see. What's the first concert you ever attended?
Snoop Dogg, when he was part of No Limit Records at the Cobo
Okay.
Arena in Detroit, way back in the I think, early 2000s,
Cool.
something like that. Yeah,
Well,
Snoop
mine
Dogg.
was a little bit more hardcore than yours. Mine was New Kids on the Block.
Oh my God. Yeah. I used to
Cool.
use their CDs as frisbees. Dude, who could break them first?
Oh, damn. Cool. All right. Well, thanks for letting us get to know you a little bit more. I mean, obviously everybody interacts with you, and you're probably one of the most well-known names out in the Discord.
Well known doesn't mean I'm well liked. I'll tell you that.
Well, yeah, that's why we didn't mention that. But
But yeah, so I know Hate has some topics about DCL that we can all talk through, and but yeah, Hate. So what's on your mind?
well, I was gonna say let's talk a little bit about now that he's been out and we've been using him a little bit. Why don't we talk about what's his name, Desaad. So he, even though he's bugged and he doesn't purge all, I still am so impressed with him. I think he's such a good character. The only thing I don't like about him is he's a little bit squishy, which I've been really torn on who I want to RB5 because I have quite a plethora of rebirth crystals I've been sitting on. I don't have the gems to take him up, and I don't have it in me to spend what it would cost to take him up. But I don't know. What do you guys think of him, Zuzu? Have you geared him out and started using him?
I've geared him out, but I haven't bought any packs. He's at L2 right now, and I've used him, and I think I'm having a problem with him stealing buffs. Like I maybe he's bugged there too.
He steals,
Not
but
stealing.
he steals 4 random buffs on his 2, which that seems to work for me. So I'm not sure what's going on
I had
there.
a question about that. I mean, okay, so debuff immunity, does debuff immunity block him from stealing buffs?
It might. He's bugged to oblivion, and which is a problem.
Right? Because I ran into that situation. I feel like he should be stealing that debuff immunity.
Yeah. Well, on his 3 he should. Well, actually, on his 2 he should too. You're right. Yeah, I don't know. See, he's great bugged. So when they fix him, I think he's going to be ridiculous.
For me, he just doesn't hit hard enough. Like I get that he's a good support tool for people, and he's not meant to actually cause damage. But I'm the kind of guy. My style is to play and to kill, and to not give anybody that kind of time for those kind of turns to even worry about using that kind of support. I just want to get the game over with fast.
I haven't used him in Siege as much as I was using him before, but against the bots, I used him on every single team. And it just made it so that the other team never got a turn. Because he stuns like literally everybody before you even cast his 3. When you have his 5.
Okay.
I think it's his 5. Burger,
Yeah, it's 30% chance, right?
Yeah, but it's like 90%.
Oh, well, I haven't been having that much luck, but no, I mean, I like him. I mean, I'm kind of with Zuzu. Like, I'm much more of like a pew pew, like, trying to, get in and out of the match as quickly as possible. So, like, he doesn't totally fit my play style, but, there is a little bit of peace of mind that if you can get him a turn and he can throw that 3 down, like, I mean, like, it's gonna really, I mean, there's almost no way that the other team's gonna get a chance to go.
Yeah,
And you basically have it won.
with his high chance of stunning the crap out of the team before you even cast his 3, a lot of times I can save his 3 for turn 2, so I can effectively lock the entire team for 2 turns.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's good. I mean, for turn-based game, right? Like, you can keep them from going no matter who you have on your team. You should have a good chance of winning.
Yeah, I think his next go around, assuming they fix him, which I suspect they will, because it's a pretty big error. I think he's a high RB5 candidate. Of course, he's green, so that's what I do. I do. Speaking of blues that I want to rebirth, I'm actually really, really liking Raven. Her sale is tonight at this time of recording. The episode will probably be out tomorrow sometime. So her sale will still be going on. She's a little bit bugged, but she's not terribly bugged. And I think she's another one, when they fix her, it'll improve her significantly. But having an out-of-turn Aquaman, or an out-of-lead Aquaman, for the crit immunity, I'm finding to be super useful. It's allowing me to go full bonus a ton in this siege. Zuzu, what are your thoughts on Raven? It's a rework.
I haven't used her yet. I've taken in info about people saying that she's better, but not like nobody's impressed. So I've been kind of cautious on in using her, and basically using that Saint Walker, Shiva, Stargirl, and Etrigan team. I mean, it's rocking people. At the same time, it's an easy team to use, but it's also an easy team to beat. So it's also scary to leave that team in your siege, on your siege board, because if people see that team, and it's easy to beat.
Burger, what do you think of her?
So I've only used her a couple times. I haven't used her at all in Siege. I've been leaning into a few of like the RB tunes that I have. And obviously, maybe I'm doing the wrong thing because I'm haven't lost yet, but I'm 14th. And so, but I will say this: I have faced her a couple times in Siege, and like her like passive of being able to hit special damage has made has made both of those matches, and when she gets hit, has made both of those matches pretty scary. Um, so I mean, she's definitely somebody that I'm planning for whenever I go into a match and I see her on the other side. So I can tell you, like, there's not other tunes that I'm really worried about. Like, honestly, like Desaad being on the other side, like it's not as scary. Stargirl's not scary at all on the other side. Um,
Etrigan is kind of scary.
yeah, Etrigan, yeah, if he starts getting ramped, like
Whew.
you can't take him underneath 100% pretty quickly, it can be game over. But
Yeah,
Raven, I agree. I like her.
I actually love her, and I'm surprised that I do. I didn't think I would. I've used her on every single team. I just posted a video in Maine against a team where I've actually been very comfortable bringing 3 blues against Shiva because of Raven, because she mitigates that damage so good. I posted a video in the dojo in Maine. By the way, if you're not in the dojo, it's a Discord server, one of the 37 for DC Legends, and it's where we host these episodes. So be sure to join. But
Just want to point out I went from 14 to 37
yeah.
in 20 minutes.
There was probably 14 new Discord servers created since the time of this podcast starting. So, but I mean, the enemy team in Siege, what makes most of the time makes them so scary is if somebody crits, they kill them. But I'm so impressed with her, and I mean, she does pretty decent damage, and I think at RB5, she's going to do insane damage because her death immunity is like always there. She just seems to always have it. And then her 3 does good damage. Those, what are they called? The affinity resist downs that she casts actually make the other team. So if you hit a blue character and a blue character hits a green character, it actually makes them do less damage. It's the affinity resistance we always wanted. So we finally got it on a character. So it is fairly significant in the damage reduction she does. And that negative 35% has a big bearing. It makes us the only, like, I think it's physical strikers are able to still crit. Nobody else can crit. So, and their chance is only like 2%. So you pretty much have Aquaman on your team out of lead. So I'm pretty sold on her. I'm strongly considering going RB5 tonight because my set of blues is low. Etrigan was one that I talked to people about, and I was like, yeah, I'm not going to rebirth him because I don't see myself using him outside of the Siege. But he's another one I've been so impressed with, especially with Saint Walker. You can make him do that double tap, and he wrecks everything. Just not sure if I would use him outside of this Siege. What do you guys think of Etrigan out? Like, is he a character you see yourself using once the Siege ends?
Zuzu, you want to go first?
You go first.
I mean, I do. So, but again, like he fits my play style. Like, going in and just taking people out really quickly. And so I like him a lot. And he's shredding through awareness. Whenever he goes through that with that true damage. I mean, so it's really. I mean, I like him a lot.
How about you, Zuzu?
I think after Siege, I might go back to my default team. But, I mean, he's always got a spot.
What's your default team?
Soups, Eradicator, Shiva, and I'm sorry to say Spectre because, he's always the easy answer.
that was kind of my decision because if I'm just grinding Wraith or I need to murder something, it's so hard not to just whip out the Spectre because he's still... Etrigan is probably one of the closest blues to his just might, because all you gotta do is get a kill with Etrigan and you pretty much won. But
I think I'll use him a little bit more. I mean, he is double than what he used to be with all these agility ups, extra intel ups, the true damage, the true sight. He's a lot more than what he used to be, and he was threatening back when he came out.
Yeah.
He was a meta back when he came out, and like, I mean, because now Spectre's there, and obviously Etrigan was trash after the fact, but now he could stand up to some things.
Yeah, he was just power creep before it was really his only problem, and now he's potent.
I don't think he had that many agility ups back then, or any.
He had agility ups. He just didn't. I think he gets more in depths, and he just does more of it. And he's always got true sight now. It's 24/7.
Yeah, he's a good tune.
Yeah,
Definitely not C tier. I know that much. I can't wait for the new tier list.
Yeah, he's gonna be one. What are you thinking, Burger? I mean, he's definitely A tier, but the question is he S tier? Because he's definitely not far.
Yeah, so I think he automatically makes any team that he's on better. Doesn't need. I mean, he gets himself going. Doesn't really need anybody else to help him out with it. And he can totally change the match in your favor. I mean, like you said, like you get one kill and it's essentially game over at that point. So I mean, I don't know. Like I like him a lot. I don't want to just go totally off with, so not necessarily for I'll land, but as of right now, like just like kind of gut feeling, I feel like pretty close to S tier, if not S tier.
Yeah, he's tough because he does need that ramp before he's lethal, but it's so easy to do. I don't know. I need to play with him in Wraith because I've just been using him in Siege. I need to play with him as I usually just run my auto team in Wraith, so I need to take some time and really give him a good chance.
Yeah, he's fun. He is, and I mean, he buffs and he just kills, and he's going to be great in Wraith. The only problem with Etrigan is like Lobo during Alliance Week. I'm going to hate him. I'm going to hate using him.
Yeah.
I'm going to hate using him.
Well, what in our VIP group, just where to Reeves, we asked to do. We wanted just one day of Lobo, Etrigan. Who's the other ones? Spectre, and there's one other terrible one. Oh, Robin. So that was our special request, and we wanted to give. They were going to give an extra bonus character that you could only obtain from doing your alliance points. That would be true commitment right there.
Yeah,
What?
probably drives people crazy.
Oh, it'd be so. I mean, it's all the same. Yeah, if it takes you that long,
it
would just be.
I see a list like that. Speed Force is my best friend. I don't care.
Well, that's another thing. They really need to update, like, give you a reason to run alliances. Because I mean, I can't even remember the last time I even did any alliance points.
Yeah, we'll get somebody like occasionally, like in the alliance. It's like, hey, got a hair at my ass right now, and let's push for it. And then, like 6 or 7 of us will jump on really hardcore and go for first. But yeah, it's not very often that everybody's like, hey, I want to push. But
yeah, and you usually get like 7 people that want to do it. So.
Yeah.
Something they could add to the game, man. They probably would never do it, but a lot of games have a lot of alliances that do a lot alliance trading.
Oh, that
I mean, imagine all the useless frags that you have that you could help somebody else with.
They're never going to do that. I mean, that
it would never.
No, I mean
they would lose so much money on revenue because of frag sales and whatnot.
Yeah, and they just, I mean, like when I see people ask for stuff, and I would love to see something like that. Don't get me wrong, but it's just the reality is just having a better reward for what we have for alliances, which they're boring as hell, and I don't particularly want to do them anyway. But just they did it with the Martian Manhunter event. Do something like that. Yeah. Don't sell them. Only make it available through the thing and force us to grind it every week. You would get a lot of participation. A lot of people would be excited about it.
So Martian Manhunter used to be a reason to be in an alliance, but when they put him back in the public pool, it was like, what was the point of that now?
Yeah, I mean, they lost probably a good 30% of their player base because of that. I mean, that was I remember the alliance. It was the Court of Owls then, but I think it was like the early point. I think we lost like at least 30% of our people just quit the game right after that.
Hmm.
Like that.
You
That
know,
was a big drop.
yeah, my one thing I would love to see, yeah, I just think it would be fun, is if you actually could play true PvP.
Yes, real time PvP. I've said
Yeah.
this a dozen times before, but I can't imagine how many bugs are gonna come in the game. I mean, just imagine it'd be another box, just like Siege, Wraith, Showdown. It'd be another box. It'd just say real time or online PvP or whatever it could be. You go in there, and everybody's a green light. It refreshes every time you go in. So you win that match. That slot blanks out. And you just keep playing, you keep playing. But if you back out of it, go back in, it's whoever's online at that moment. It doesn't have to be the same people every time. That's the problem because like not everyone's going to be online all the time. You're not
Yeah.
going to see the same list.
Well, then they do it in
So
games like Hearthstone and different turn-based games, so it could be easily done. The only problem I see with this game is whoever goes first has such a massive advantage.
yeah, and
So-
on top of that too, you get to see what they're using, so you could easily counter.
Well, you would probably have to pick your team and then go into queue. That would be the way to avoid that. But once again, going first, you would have to get a buff or something extra for going second to make it so that you're not at a massive disadvantage.
Just
True.
just put Shiva in there.
Yeah,
That way you always go first.
but then both teams will run Shiva if that's the case. They'll be.
It's true, man. But I think real time PvP, especially for like me, because I'm a server admin, it would bring so many more ideas, so many more challenges.
I would love it. Absolutely.
I would love to do some 1v1 challenges or whatnot, or some live tournaments. Something that'd be amazing. But again, with all the bugs already in the game, this is a far-fetched idea.
Yeah, it has gotten pretty bad. I mean, like it seems like every month now you can just count on the new tunes having major bugs.
I think every month now everyone's hoping for another raid. I'm trying to keep it clean. A raid mess up. I almost let it out. But
I didn't mind it whenever that did happen because I like having the day and a half off. But I don't know, like I approach bugs I think a little bit different. Like if it's just how the tune's playing, I'm just like, hey, I'm gonna just go into the match knowing this is how they're playing, and I don't tend to get as worked up with the what the wording is. Like I'm fine if they just deleted all the wording, you just went into it and said, hey, what is this tune gonna do today? But yeah, that's as long as everybody's on the same playing field with it, with the bugs. Like I'm not as crazy about it, but I know I'm absolutely in the minority. I mean, I'd love it to work right, but I just don't bet on it.
I'm pretty much with you for the most part, but like Desaad, because what he would do if he's working properly is so good, I really want to see that. And same thing with Raven. She'd be so much better. So they're both characters that have kits I really like. I just want them to work. And they're okay without it, but right now it doesn't matter if you're with Darkseid or not because it doesn't work. So,
Yeah.
So let me ask you guys a question. Who are you excited for based on sales this month?
I don't think there was anybody I was actually excited for this month. This month was kind of a blah month for me sales-wise.
Yeah, I mean, Etrigan, I'm good with RB4. So I have him RB3 right now, so I'm going to take him up to RB4 when a sale happens. But I think that's really about it.
I am waiting for the 28th so I can rebirth Blue Beetle.
Are you serious? You're going to take him up?
I am patiently waiting to rebirth him.
One day he'll be good.
One day.
When he gets his
night. I want to do it, man, because I just like picking on people. I like bugging people about it, whatnot, and it's funny seeing people throwing out little puke emojis and whatnot. It's just funny.
You know what? He's actually he would actually be a great candidate for stats. Because his kit itself isn't bad. It just doesn't do any damage.
Yeah, I have 1,983 shards of his, so I can take him RB3 right now.
Well,
Let's
I
do it.
enjoy the
Needle
the
grade again.
AOE purge buff too. You know, like the
Yeah,
purge
that's what I
debuff.
mean.
You know, like
He's one I'm going to recommend for stats and see what people say about that. He'd be
we'll
good.
see.
Yeah, there's really. Oh, I didn't see Aqua Girls on here. I do like her. She's my red
I
alerts
also
team.
recently I gave Aquamoa the RB1 treatment.
That takes balls right there.
Are you trying to be the new Tootie now that Tootie's gone meta?
Yeah.
No. I have a cap. You guys are doing these RB5s, RB3s, RB4s. Hey, Mo, you said this before. RB5 is a scam. You're doing it now to match your power your power scale for your tunes. I get that now, but I have a cap. It's RB1 for me. I can take my RB1 and kill your RB5s.
You know,
Same time, like you can take your RB5s and kill my RB1. That's all fine with me because I'm still doing the same to you.
it's funny
I
because
was
Bolsey, the ocean on her, I think he's changed his name back to Bolsey, which is more proper as how we know him in Owls. But
I've known him for years.
yeah, so he was doing everybody RB1 for a while, and I thought it was a good niche to kind of corner that market because nobody was taking every. So if you got every tune RB1, you'd have an entire gold roster, which I thought would be pretty cool. And he
I
kind
have
of
62 RB1s. It's not a bad looking roster.
yeah. So yeah, finish them, be the first one, and then say, "Bolsey, this could have been you," but you abandoned it.
Yeah,
Yep.
I'll try.
But I'm
It's
in the race to have the most RB5s with Vincent in M4, so I think I could surpass
back
some.
when Black Hand came out, right? People, like were doing RB2s and RB3s and whatnot, whatever. I was still in an RB1 cap, but I was pretty much sold when my L2 Black Hand was killing RB5s, Lexes, and RB3 Arcuses, whatnot. And my L2. After that, I was like, yeah, there's no way I'm gonna go past RB1.
Well, it is. I am finding in this siege not having a rebirth Shiva is definitely a severe disadvantage.
Oh yeah.
I've been throwing mine in more, so I have her RB2. I've been throwing her in more today, just trying to be a little bit of a richer team. That's been throwing me off. Like I thought for sure throwing Superman in there and doing 18 would start screwing people up, but it's not. It's not doing enough. So I started throwing some Shiva in there
I do
too.
have to go 18 against Superman teams,
Yeah.
but you can't go 20 against it. But Shiva really isn't that scary. Like I'm running 3 blues against her, no problem.
Well, when you're using her, you're obviously like if you're seeing a spec or whatever, you're gonna use her second, right?
Yeah.
And if you're going against her, she's on bot mode. She's obviously gonna start with a third, and it's not that threatening.
She starts with her 2 a lot in siege, or she has against me. But she always goes after Raven. So when I've been using Raven, Raven has death immunity, so it doesn't matter.
That's smart.
But
That's smart.
because I was nervous at first, and then tried it a few times on Revenge, and then it worked, and I was like, oh, I'll take this in the regular. It's worked pretty well so far. But all right, guys, any other final thoughts before we wrap this bad boy up?
Oh man, just I'm thankful you guys brought me on there.
Yeah, we appreciate you coming on.
For sure. That was great. Great in getting to know you a little bit more and being able to spend some time with you. So thank you.
All right,
Thank
guys.
you guys, man.
I guess we'll wrap it up there. We appreciate you coming on. And thank you for having me look at the sales, because now that I see that Aqua Girl is on there, I saw Aqua and I just assumed Aquaman. I always forget. I always call her Tula. She might.
Just to be sure, while you're looking at it, it is the 28th for me, right?
Yeah, because Tula's right around the same time.
Nice. Okay.
Well, it says the 27th, but, technically the 28th.
Yeah.
Whatever. I don't know. Those dates always screw me up, but right around that time. But, yeah. So, thanks for coming on. Until next time.
Thank you guys. Until next time, so I guess see you guys in the servers, man. Oh,
Yep.
and hey, Mel, check your DM. See you next month.
Alrighty.
Next month contest.
Oh, yeah, I see it. Absolutely.
All right. All right, you guys have a good night.
Cool.
I just read
Thanks,
the little
guys.
chat on the picture.
You like that little quote on there?
That's great. All right. Thanks, guys.
All right, man.
So
Hello, everyone. It's yours truly, the AB. Thanks for listening to the show, and won't you please consider becoming a Patreon? I am, and let me tell you, it's easy, super easy. Just head over to patreon.com/WROL broadcast. Be the first one to get the inside scoop with exclusive content, early reviews. Listen, packages start as low as $1. That's less than a handful of gems. Even an old man like me can do it. And I'm at the age where I want 2 girls. Just in case I fall asleep, they'll have someone to talk to.